All righty. Hi, everyone. This is Kim Delivers. Welcome to my channel. And I have here with me today three beautiful ladies. Okay. Well, I guess it is four if I include myself. But anyway, three beautiful
Right.
ladies. We have Sandra that is next to me. We have Nicole that is right up under me. And we have Tina that is right next to Nicole.
Hi.
Hello.
Um,
Hey.
today's topic is love over 40. Um, we're all different, varying ages after beyond 40. But we want to just talk about today what does that look like for us? Just a casual conversation and something especially on the heels of Valentine's Day. I thought that it'd be most appropriate to come on with the show right about now at this time. So hi Shay B. How are you? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the intro on and then we're gonna go from there, okay? Hello, my fabulous viewers. Welcome to Kim Delivers, the ultimate destination for commentary enthusiasts. I am Kimberly, your guide on this exciting journey delivering you entertaining and informative content. Whether you're here for a dose of laughter, inspiring tips, or just good vibes, you've landed in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button and join our family. So buckle up and let's dive into the world of Kim Delivers together.
I love your intro.
Okay,
So
and
nice.
we're back.
Mm-hmm.
You have my intro? I did that myself. And hi, in my opinion. So what you'll see is me showing some the comments and everything as we go along, and I'm also going to drop the link. So, but what we're going to do is that I have picked up a couple of topics. This is what I'm thinking. This is the flow of the conversation. And that's basically going sequential order: dating, being in a relationship, and then marriage. That's if that's your ultimate goal. Some of us just like companionship. At one time it was, I thought I wanted to be married. Now I'm kind of liking doing Kim, but I do want companionship. So I'm going to put up the first one that I think about high in my opinion, and that is dating in your 30s and 40s. I'm like, wonder what this person's tragedy is. What do you say about that, Sandra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for me again, I'm over 60. I'm 60. Just turned 64 a few days ago, and
Happy birthday.
Happy
thank
birthday.
you,
Happy
thank
birthday.
you. Looking at the, if you're speaking about the individual is going out there dating, and I wonder what their tragedy is. Is that the question? Is that the question? The other
Hmm.
individual, not my
Well,
tragedy.
basically, I mean, I want everybody to get, yeah, I want to get everybody's opinion on this, in a way. And I'm going to ask people different questions, but I like to get your opinion on there. So, what do you think? Is that something that you think when you meet somebody?
Of course, I do. At 64, that is the first thing really that you're gonna come in your mind when you meet someone. Um, is he bringing baggage? Does he have
Mm-hmm.
mental issues? You know, um, is he married? Does he have little children,
Mm-hmm.
or are all his children grown? These are some of the things that I initially think. For me, I like an intellectual man. So I want to have a conversation with
Mm-hmm.
him. I want to see where his mind is at. He's got to
Mm-hmm.
be able to keep my attention. So these are all the things. Once we start
Mm-hmm.
talking, I'm eventually evaluating this person, and hopefully he's evaluating me as well. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, at 64, the way I thought at 30 and 40, I do not think that way. I do not look at people that way
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
So for older women, that's my truth, and that's how I, you know, go about dating.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I just basically, I know they say we all use different words and different terms. For me,
Hmm.
I just want a healed person. You know what I mean? So you can call it
Hmm.
tragedy. People are gonna have certain problems and certain tragedies. That's okay. Things happen in people's life, but it's how you recovered from it and have you healed from it. So I don't want things to permeate the relationship and then become an albatross around my neck. So that's the
Right, right.
thing that I
Mhm.
said. Now for you, Tina, when you were out there dating, because I know that you are engaged now and you're spoken for, but when you were out there, yeah, and you too, Nicole, that's newly married. And
Congratulations.
Thanks.
yes, indeedy. And Sandra, you have a happy belated birthday queen up there from one of the
Thank
obviously.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so what about you, Tina? When you were dating, what did you think?
Wow. So that was, I want to say, approximately about 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was married, and it
Mm-hmm.
felt like emotionally and physically, I was coming home to a different person every other day. So my in my head, constantly it was, "What is your tragedy? Like, what did you go
Mm-hmm.
through in life that made you the way that you are?" And
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because during the dating phase, some people put up this facade like, "Hey, I'm one
Mhm.
person." And then when you become really committed and you marry that person, you solidify the relationship with a marriage, then here come the skeletons out the closet. Here come the demons, and it's it's crazy for lack of a better term.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because again, it was trying to figure out, what did I miss during the dating phase, which turned out to be a whole lot. So I don't know if it was just the blinders, me wanting to be in that committed relationship, me wanting that constant companionship, um, thinking I was acquiring stability within my relationship. I, I'm at a loss for
But
words.
so as it relates to that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Since we got some more ones to go through, I want your opinions. I got a couple of them that I want you all's opinions on. What about you, Nicole?
I think that thinking back, so I have friends that are still in their 30s. I'm in my mid 40s. When I think when I was dating in my 30s, I was trying to find someone who had stability. Unfortunately, when you're dating in the 30s and 40s, there's going to be a lot of baby daddies and baby mamas. And so my thing is, are the personalities going to match well? Um, so I feel like it's really hard for people nowadays dating because then they have social media and they have all these different dating sites that, like you said, Tina, you think you're getting one person and they're all kind and gentle and loving. And then when you get locked in after a year or two and you're invested and you're looking like, how did I not see this? So I think that it can be tragic, but I think that if you are healed yourself, so if you go into it healed, then you will likely attract someone who is healed. At least that is my hope for people that are still dating.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you two. In my opinion,
Thank
also
you.
said and trauma.
Yeah,
Okay.
and trauma.
So
Absolutely.
You're right.
now you guys had just said this one, so I had to put this one on. Now I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, has anybody did any online dating ever?
I met
No,
my
I
first
I
haven't.
husband
did.
on
So
I
it
met
depends
my
on what you mean.
I met my first husband on Black Planet.
Oh, you
And
did? Hi, Michelle.
Hmm.
I've met my fiance current one on Facebook. So
Oh, that's right. You did.
yeah.
You did. And he's a great man too. I'm gonna tell you, he's a great man. Really. They make a good
I guess.
couple.
I guess if you use Facebook, I guess I have to. I dated someone off of Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I've
So
actually
I
went and
did.
did it online. Online.
Okay.
And this
Okay.
happened to me. Okay. He had put up an old picture, and when we got to the restaurant, he was like that.
Oh my God.
So when I saw him he was in a van that looked like a kidnapper's van for one. And
Was it white?
when he got out the van went up like this.
Oh
No
wow.
lie.
Lord have mercy.
God.
You
Oh
got
my
So
God.
I
catfish.
was so
Yeah.
yeah, I got catfish. So I was just like, oh, oh, and I was younger then,
Right.
so I thought I was big and bad and everything. I was like, you don't look like your picture. And then so he was like, I was so appreciative. So I said, he said, no, I took that picture not too long ago. I said, that picture was way longer than not too long ago. He said, oh girl, I'm gonna take you out because you want to eat or whatever. So then I was trying to see should I just be rude because I was trying to be considerate. So I said, well,
Right.
I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna sit in the booth because I'm not sitting on the, and he said, well, he went to go to this table. I said, no, I'm not sitting at the table. Okay, I'm gonna sit in the booth. He couldn't get. He reason why he wanted to sit at the table. He couldn't get in the booth. Oh my god. And so then
Wow.
everything he had ordered was fried, and I didn't want anything to eat because I was just so upset about the whole thing, and I was trying to figure out um, what I should do, right? So I said, let me get a drink. And he said, well, you get a drink, you paying for it yourself because I'll pay for you some food to eat, but I ain't paying for no
Oh
drinks. And I'm
wow.
I guess you are paying for food. I see that's all that's important to you anyway. I asked the waitress for a double, and when I said, "Here, take this money now," and then I just drank it because I just needed it anyway after that thing, and I got up and I left.
Right.
And that was horrible.
Oh
You know, just
wow.
like that to do
That's
that.
horrible.
Right? That was, but he
Yeah.
tried to hoodwink me and bamboozle me. I'm calling, but I wasn't
Mm-mm.
having it. Okay, so here we go. I feel like for me, it's a single woman. Now I know I don't know about the rest of you all, but I be feeling like the dating pool is full of piss, or either it's like this here. You know what I mean? There's some zombies walking
Mhm.
around me
Mhm.
sometimes.
Mhm.
I really do.
Right. It's true.
So
Mm.
who just somebody chime in? I want to hear your opinion.
I feel like I feel like dating in your 40s. I don't people say it's like that, and I guess I can't say because I haven't really dated in my 40s. But I feel like if you I believe in karma and I believe in meditation and I believe in energy. So I think like
Right.
energy attracts like energy. So if you are attracting people that are less than, that means still some work you have to do so that you
Mm-hmm.
can see those red flags right away. So you won't even,
Mm-hmm.
go out, save yourself the trauma. Because I have heard this from my friends that they just gonna stay single.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some people that say that they are just going to yeah, I'm glad I know what you mean. Now this is in my opinion. I'm gonna drop the link in just a few. It's a few things because I want to talk about being married too and as well. I'm divorced, so I really can't talk about that actively. But but I do want to hear that. Now here's the other thing, okay? So being loyal is a choice. So that's the other thing too, is that people you don't know who have loyalty out here. You know what I mean? You don't because you
Not
Hmm.
that
think
many. Not that many.
So,
now, and then they say that women we get too eager. Okay, so we want to get into a relationship for well, not shouldn't say eager. We will stop dating everybody to concentrate on one person who we feel has potential. What
Mhm.
do you?
And we shouldn't.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah.
And we
We
should,
do. We do. And
so
we.
get
Yeah.
loyal. So that
I'm
other person
sorry.
being loyal. What do you guys think?
What?
so
I.
I got a question on that because
Uh
I
huh.
I'm
Hmm.
more so with the dropping everyone else to focus on that one person, right?
Hmm.
And I feel
Hmm.
like that because I get, that's cutting your choices down to none, basically just that one person. But still, how can you really get to know a person when you're focusing on multiples? I need to focus on how Bob treats me and then, how Joe reacts to different situations. It's like you got to do homework period on whoever your partner is. But when it comes to like multiples, it's like you let me jot this down, or at least in my case, because I can remember half of everything. Then I got to jot this down on that
Right.
person to try to figure out, okay, so this person has this many and this person has that many. I just feel like when you focus on, in my opinion, when you focus on one person, you get to know that one particular person better. You get to see if you guys mesh well. Of course, it may be a waste of time, but still, I just think you get a better pick of the litter when you focus on that one particular person.
And I definitely can see where your thoughts come from with that, Tina. Because that's what women typically want to do. We want to focus on one person, but a lot of times I feel like women find that while excuse me, while we're focusing on that one person has like four or five other people that they're
Yes.
focusing on. And we're
Yep.
so invested that we start
Yep.
looking over red flags, we start going out of our
Right.
way,
Well,
and we start
Right.
doing things, that's out of our character. And I
Right.
and I was never a person who dated a lot of people because I'm with you, I have a bad memory and I'll be done messed up.
mm,
But I tell my daughters, I'm like, date, even though they don't listen. I'm like,
Yep.
date, you don't have to be intimate with people to date
Right.
them.
right.
Thank
Because,
you. Yeah.
you know, somebody, like you
Yeah.
said, might put up a facade and then you can check it. I'm not saying do it for years, but like, for a couple months and then you see the facade and you're like, you know what? I don't really like you. Let's move on to the next candidate. But you still have your options. Because I
Hmm.
know a lot of men will keep their options, honey, and we be all in
Yes, they
love and
will.
they be
Yeah.
with everybody
Yes.
else.
Yeah. And you know what? What I think that thinking is that women should just date one person is fall on from generation to generation. But we're now in the 21st century, and if we're dating, it's nothing wrong with dating more than one person. If you're
Hmm.
going into a committed relationship, and this is what you want, and another person agree with that, then no, you don't see anyone else. But if you're just
Hmm.
dating, it's nothing wrong for women to do it. And like Cole was saying, men, they do it. Well, they call themselves just dating with one woman, they're dating several women, and they're going to these different women and going to choose the one that they want to be in a committed relationship if
That
they're
is
not a
right.
cheater. So it's nothing wrong with leaving your options open. And it doesn't mean you got to have sex with them because you're dating them.
Hmm.
You don't. They're taking you out, or you decide to treat them. Again, it's the 21st century, and there's nothing wrong. You're dating someone, you say, hey, I got it tonight, babe. There's nothing wrong
Hmm.
with that. And it's
Hmm.
just a part of us growing as women, and being a little bit more open and not so caught into what the how can I say it, the past, or the
The
way
passion.
yeah, the way they think women back then were supposed to act,
Hmm.
or supposed, as
Mhm.
far as dating and stuff like that. Now, if you end up with someone who's dating and they don't want you to see someone else, um, you need to check them and see who they're seeing. But anyway, that's another subject.
But I want to say something about
Yeah.
that. Now, in my opinion, it said something right here. Action speaks louder than words. Don't be afraid to follow
Mhm.
your first mind. So now
Mhm.
piggybacks on what you're saying. So actions speak louder than words. So I know what you're saying, Tina. But for me at this time, I don't have a lot. I got a lot more years behind me than I probably do ahead of me. Okay, so I'm not
Right.
wasting any
Right.
time. So I'm just like Nicole
Mm-mm.
said. You can date without being intimate. So I'm going to date
Mhm.
until they show me that I'm their priority. So their actions will
Right.
speak louder than anything
Right.
else. So if they're truly interested
Right.
in me, they're going to let me know, and they're going to be like, pull the, we're going to have that conversation. And we're going to have that conversation
Right.
anyway because I just like being open and honest and having conversations. So let's talk about
Right.
that up front anyway. So that's one thing right there.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, Michelle says that y'all don't forget to do them background checks, and
Hmm.
that's the
Oh
absolutely
Otis.
yes.
because
Yes.
that's how that's
Yes.
last name,
Yes.
address, all that.
Girl.
Okay,
Yes.
3
Yes. Been doing that for
address.
about 10 years. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I should
You
That's
know
good
probably
what?
thing.
should get hmm.
I was gonna say, you know what else muddies the dating pool? It's so many of these. It's right now. It's like a battle against men against women. Who
Hmm.
hurt who
Mhm.
the most, especially in our
Mhm.
community. And it's like
Mhm.
men walking around saying they the prize and they the catch and they want to be soft,
Oh
soft. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
You so
I'm more
confused.
established than you. I got more and better than you. I'm like,
Man,
Yeah.
like,
it's not
Yeah.
a
Okay,
competition.
so that's not
Good.
the one that this guy that guys like to ask this, and and I have when they ask me what do you bring to the table,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
that burns my butt cheeks. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, it really does
Okay.
because I feel like well, so now I got it. It's almost like I got a campaign. So well, I do this, I'm
Mhm.
that, and I can do this, and I can do that, and if you let me, I'll be this. What do you mean? What I bring to the table? Let's we get to know one another. I'm not asking you what you bring to the table. We're going to be able to ascertain that on our own. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the other thing.
Mhm.
Um,
I told my
and
husband,
then
I told him, I said, if they ask you what I bring to the table, just tell them I ain't bringing nothing. I'm just an empty plate out here.
you know what?
Because this ain't even a business.
So that's your way of telling
Right.
them. Basically, I ain't getting ready to go down that road with you.
I'm not about to play with these people.
So let's talk about that part since you're talking about that. So what you're saying is that you have a sense of self because you're not getting ready to play with them, right? You know who
Mm-mm.
you are, because it
Right.
was a time
Right.
for me. I always knew what I didn't want. I, in the last decade or so, started cultivating myself to know what I want. Okay, because I always knew what I didn't want,
Right.
but if somebody said, "Well, what do you want?" Like, okay, what do I really want? I had to, but now I know both. Okay, so do you guys think that this has something to do with it too? You can't fall in love over 40 because you know so much about life that you can't get fooled anymore, or like you can't go fool, like you see bullshit on the horizon, that kind of thing.
I that's true to a certain extent, but if you want to fall in love, you just can't put that block up there and say, I'm not going to fall in love anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. You understand what I'm saying? You
Oh yeah, I
grow,
do.
you mature, and you reach that point. You'll be able to recognize the BS, but at the same time,
Mhm.
you believe that that person that God has for me, He's there. Am I ready for Him? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't like to say I'm not going to fall in love. I can fall in love and not get
Mhm.
married. And that's
Mhm.
my age group. We want to be loved. We want to love someone. We want companionship. We want all that. But most of us, and I'm speaking in general, really, most of us,
Mhm.
we want to be able to go home to our house and you go
Mhm.
home to your house.
Oh,
But I can still love you,
Yeah, girl, you're right.
you know?
you sound like my
So,
mom.
and, and,
I'm
and,
gonna say, yeah,
and
girl,
she,
you're right.
and she over 60? Because, I mean, that's because, when we say that, a lot of younger people say, well, oh, how can you not? I can do it. Been there, I've done all of that. But I want to
Mhm.
love. I want to be in a companionship relationship. I want that holding hand. I want that
Mhm.
laugh, at night or whatever. He calls and say, hey, babe, how you doing? I want all that. But I want to go home. And I want you to go home. I don't need you 24/7. And that's what marriage is. Marriage is 24
Yeah,
7,
it
seven
is. We're
days a
gonna get
week.
to
It
that
don't
too. We're
stop.
gonna pull in some
Yeah.
married
So,
ladies and
um,
talk about the new perspective and
right.
somebody's been in
Yeah.
there a
Yeah.
while. But you're right. I like that too.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
But
to
you
that
can
point.
Mhm.
fall in,
At first, I
yeah,
wanted
you can
somebody.
fall in love after 40. Yeah. So that's just me.
You said you
Mm-hmm.
can fall in love after 40, but you got to go home
Uh-huh.
after 11.
For my age, when I yeah, I can love you from afar. I don't need you
That is
under
my
me
mom.
24/7. Because
But
I've
but that's
been
like
through
that
so
way.
much.
What'd
Yeah.
you say?
Mm-hmm.
What you say, Kim?
Well, then I think too, I have cultivated my life too, and I've got things set up the way that I want. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm
Right.
finding that men in my age too, they're pretty much everybody's pretty much set in their ways. You know what I mean? Or they've
Mhm.
established a life that
Mhm.
they have established is comfortable for them. And
Right.
so they may want companionship. That's why we say companionship because you're
Mhm.
a little younger. But in my opinion, did say you can't honestly know when and what a person is if you don't be monogamous in a relationship. That's true. That's in a
Yeah.
relationship. So that's the next
Yeah.
phase
Hmm.
after dating.
After
That's true.
dating.
Right.
And
Right.
it
Right.
also says
Hmm.
that you have to speak up for yourself, set your rules, and don't settle for what you are not willing to take. Now, amen. And
That's
that's me.
true.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Right. Right. And
Hallelujah.
that's something should come in your head at 30. Really, mine didn't hit me until 40, but in 30, the person just said, that's you should, hey, I'm not settling for anything, or I'm not gonna settle for something I'm
So
not willing
with
to do.
So,
Hmm.
what did you think about this right here? Because it kind of falls into what, in my opinion, said. Stop looking for a partner. Focus on your goals and rebuilding your life, and the right person will eventually find their way to you. And I think that's really, to
Hmm.
me, what I pull away from
Hmm.
that is more like get to know yourself.
Hmm.
Because if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know you and you
Yep.
not right with you, how you gonna be right for somebody else? You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? So, and then
That's
don't
true.
settle once you find that out.
Right.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
And also too, like even some people are afraid of dating themselves, like taking themselves out to dinner or going to
Mm-hmm.
the movies by themselves. But to me,
Yep.
if I don't like my own company, who else is gonna like it?
I love
Right.
taking myself
That's
out.
it.
I love
Me
it.
too,
Yes.
girl.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Treat
That's why I
myself to
like
a
I
nice
go.
agree.
dinner.
That's why I like going home to my own place. Oh man, and you'll see when y'all get 60, but you'll be married. And even when you're married, I think couples need to maybe go another room and chill for a minute. Let me chill here.
No,
Well,
literally.
I
When
had
we
I
somebody in the
I
chat that
huh?
is I want to tell you what somebody in the chat, she is here, is her name's April, and I got this lesson from her. And
Okay.
she had said, um, until he makes you a priority, date him all, sis. That's exactly what.
Yes.
So I said, you know
Yes.
what, girl?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what I'm gonna do.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
hmm
That is so true. That is so true.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute, I got in my opinion here. Hold on. Everybody, welcome in my opinion.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
beautiful ladies.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi. Finding you.
I'm blessed by the best
Amazing.
and highly favored.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So now, in my opinion, um, we're going to talk about now the relationships and then in the marriage. So now, as it relates to a relationship or when you're going into a relationship, I think that the man or woman you choose to be your partner affects everything in your life: your mental health, your peace of mind, your inside you, your happiness, how you get through tragedies, your successes, and how your children will be raised, and so much more. Now, how long you been
Hmm.
married, in my opinion?
13 years. But
Okay,
we've
so
been
you,
together 18.
Congrats.
for sure, for
Congratulations.
sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So go ahead. Do you agree with that? Oh, she on mute. Well, then I'm asking one of the other ladies. So, okay, you a newlywed, Nicole. You speak on that, darling.
Well, you already know. I definitely agree. You've seen it, Dre and I. I think you ladies have seen my husband too. He came to the karaoke with me, so we match.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
match energy. We both fun, silly. We support each other. We were just talking last night,
Right.
and I'm like, my goal is to make your life easier, and that should be your goal for me. It's not about what you do for me. Why you ain't do this for me?
Right. Right.
That's never going to work, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to end up being a bitter situation. So I definitely think you
Hmm.
should have somebody who matches you. I meet so many men who go out and I'm like, where's your wife? Oh, she boring. I don't like bringing her around. Well, why did you
Yeah.
marry her? Because now you're making her suffer.
Hmm.
So I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Now, Tina, you getting
I
ready to
agree
go
also.
in your nuptials? Okay.
So, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit to my prior marriage, and this
Mm-hmm.
hits
Oh.
home big time because
Mm-hmm.
everything, the negativity, all the negativity that he brought into the marriage,
Mm-hmm.
or and the negative things that he did throughout, it was just like
Mm-hmm.
it threw me off with my children. It threw me off with work.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
It threw me off just as a person in general because I can't focus on just the simple daily things because I'm focusing on the negative things that you're doing. I will say
Mm-hmm.
this. It took I went into the marriage saying, this is what I want, this is what I want. And I just call that my practice run, right? And I ended up
Right.
getting everything that I didn't want. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say, by me getting the opposite of what I wanted, I got to see what I really needed in a husband.
mm,
Amen,
So,
girl.
so now going into this marriage, being engaged to major, is I reflect back on things I did and how I responded, and then I do the complete opposite now. Whereas
Mhm.
I think the last one of the last clips you put up, it was, don't settle, and definitely don't settle,
Mhm.
because I did that throughout my whole first marriage. I
Mhm.
I, I put up with things that I wouldn't have put up with just on a
Mhm.
regular, right?
Mhm.
But I think when you focus on you first, because after dealing with my
Mhm.
ex-husband and then dating in
Mhm.
between, or just talking in general to different people in between him and Major, it was like, what is out here? Like you said, is it piss in the dating pool? What is this is
Yeah.
what
Girls.
this is what you consider to be a conducive relationship, how you behave? So it's like I gotta give you something for you to give me something. It's like I gotta do something for you to do something for me. You don't just feel like, hey, I'm just gonna call her and say hi. Oh, well, you didn't call me first. What what is the mentality
Yeah,
here?
that game right
Mhm.
there. That game right
That's
there is
them.
Mhm.
irritating as
That's
heck.
them soft men. They want to be catered to. They want to be dated. They want to be soft.
And come on now, your mama should have raised you and did all
Yes.
that before you got with me. But nonetheless, I just said to God, you know what? I let everything go. I said, I know what I want. For everything I did wrong in my marriage, I apologize to God for it. Ask
Mm.
Him to forgive me for the things that
Mhm.
I did wrong.
Mhm.
And then I just put it
Right.
in my mind, you know what? I'm not going to look to try to date anybody. I'm just going to let it be what it is. And I'm just going
Mhm.
to live my day to day life. And sure enough, I'm just living my day to day life, not dealing with anyone. And then a major hops in my inbox. So definitely focus on, I think women need to period. People
On them.
need to focus on
Mhm.
themselves.
Mhm.
Get
That's
right
true.
with yourself.
Yep.
When you can
Mhm.
take yourself out on dates and it
But
not matter
Mhm.
by yourself, then that means you enjoy your company. You're finding
Right.
but it's,
security within
I wanted to
yourself.
Mhm.
interject something because Shay had said this, and she says that I need to feel butterflies and I want to miss you while I'm away. When you're
Yes.
talking about marriages, because I was married before, it's all first of all, in anything, it's all about how you feel. Because no matter what, we are made of flesh. That's why they always talk about living by the flesh in the Bible. Because we feel things. We are in the flesh. So it's all about how you feel and how you experience certain things.
Hmm.
So in my marriage, he was just so controlling. And I mean, we had to do everything like we were Siamese twins, basically. Okay, yeah, for real. If I said I was going over to my auntie's house, by the time I got my auntie's house, Tony wanted to know. He called 10 minutes ago, wanted to know if he was here yet, and I had just left. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Mhm.
It was just horrible.
Mhm.
So the way I felt, I didn't feel, first of all, I want us to be our own individuals and come together collectively. Okay. I'm gonna let you be an individual. I'm gonna be my, and then we still together. We still are individual people, but not only that, I want to feel I do want to feel the butterflies because I'm one of those kind of people too. And I want to be able to miss you while you're away, not be like, oh my God, I got to go home. Because there was many nights I was like, oh my God, I
Right.
got to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not lying.
Mhm.
One day I stayed away so
Yeah.
long in the house, I had ended up, I don't know how he knew I was over his sister's house. He came over there to me, it's time for you to go home now. Oh my God. And they
Mm-mm.
were like, what's wrong with you? He said, don't worry about it. So anyway, I never want to have that again. So how I feel,
Mm.
what it makes me feel like is really important. Um,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was my first marriage too,
yeah.
Kim. I would sit in the driveway like I
Oh,
couldn't. I
Right.
just could not. Now I'd be like, "When you coming home?" But I also give him space too because I don't want to be up under each other all day long. But when we get together, it's I'm happy. He's happy, and
I
it's a
Hmm.
beautiful
I
thing.
dreaded going home. Do you hear me?
That's what I'm
Yes, I
saying. I
feel
did
it.
too.
Yeah. And I get it. All of you. I was in a abusive, physical abusive relationship,
Mm,
and
Hmm.
I was very young. And I think now that I look back, because of the my upbringing, things I was taught, because my mom used to tell me, "You make your bed, you lie in it." So
Mm.
in my mind, this is my marriage. I have children. I had one when going into marriage. I had a child, and then we had two more. And I'm thinking, I gotta make this work. Mama said, "This is my bed. I gotta lie in it." Until the same mother turned around and said, "I didn't raise you to take abuse from no one. You don't have to stay in
Mm-hmm.
that." And that brought myself out. I got myself out of that. And the same husband, man, father told me that no one would want you with three children.
Mm.
So that gave me the ammunition to say, "Oh, let me prove you wrong. Let me show you I can do this." And I dated. It broke his heart. His aunt told me, she said,
Mm-hmm.
"Man, he came home when he found out you were dating, he cried." And she said, "I had to tell him there's no more Sandy." Because in his mind, he was going to keep me. No one else wanted me. And I had to prove him wrong. I
Mhm.
dated. I took my butt back to school. I went back to work. I did everything that he thought I wasn't going to do. And I
Amen.
thank God for my mother, even though they had my father had certain beliefs, but she still came. She said, "I didn't raise you to take abuse from no one." And I think that
Right.
just gave me the strength to get up out of that, out of
Your
that.
mama
So,
said, your
and
mama
that was over
said,
30,
Yeah.
30. Huh?
yeah, I said, your
What'd you say,
mama
sis?
said, ain't nobody gonna tear down what I don't work so hard to build up.
And and then I always tell people I came up in the house full of drunk.
Oh
And
yeah.
they hit me, I hit my brother's back. So, she was like, "I didn't raise you like this, what is?" But in my mind,
Yeah.
"Mom, you told me it's my bed, I gotta lie in it. I made this choice." But I was like, this
Mm-hmm.
is not being mentally, physically, verbally abusive, whatever. It's not good. And
Well,
we
I'm
gotta
so
love
glad you're
ourselves to
still
get
here
out of
with
it.
us.
Girl, I am too. It was over 30 some years ago.
But still, though,
Because
it could have took a
yeah, I
turn.
am too. It really could have. It really, could have. But I praise God every day that I got out of that. I taught my daughters, no. If somebody hits
Yeah.
you, you better, whatever, or just get out of it. Just because
Both.
nobody have a right to put their hands on you.
At
You put
all.
hands up, right? No, and
At
love
all. And
yourself.
now what
Yeah.
Latoya said is that, which is so true, we have to, and we talked about this earlier, we have to set boundaries and we have to stick to them.
Mm-hmm. That's
Now,
it.
as it relates to, oh, Shay said she takes herself to lunch all the time. I just want to catch up on some of these comments. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
taking yourself out is important. I forgot who you ladies mentioned. I was thinking it was Nicole and Tina. Oh yeah, we talked about this too. We sure did, Latoya. Fall in love with you first. I think
Mm-hmm.
so. You will be
Mm-hmm.
ready for your person. I think that was a
Yep.
slide that we had did. What was that? We did that slide,
Right.
and it says,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then you have to, if that person will find you. So we felt like that was it. Okay, so ask about oh
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
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 Yes. I forgot about that's a good one right there. I do ask about
Yeah.
families. 'Cause one
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
I had went out to lunch with this guy, and he told me I was asking questions just like conversationally. I sell for a living,
Mm-hmm.
so I know how to do
Mm-hmm.
consultative conversational sales. So I was like, so what's your family like? They're all right. "Well, okay. I said, well, what do they do? What do your mom and dad do? And everything. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you got brothers and sisters? He said, who's you, Judge Judy? You asked a lot of questions. So,
Okay.
Okay.
okay. So then I finished. I left that date too. I'm gonna tell you something else too. I'm not wasting. When I say I ain't wasting my time, I leave a date. I have left the dates 3 times, but if they ain't right, I'm up out of there. Okay, I'm up
Right.
out of there.
Right.
I sure am.
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
that is a good question. A person's familiar background, because they'll tell you, well, I ain't got no relationship with my mama, or I ain't got no, and those things, depending on the story, you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
so
Right.
that's one. Um, the other thing is here, I'm put it back up here. So now, what if somebody, Latoya, you can't join? She said she wish she could join. Let me see here. Put maybe she don't have the link. Maybe you at work, Latoya? But anyway, so what about giving your heart? Okay. So now
Mm-hmm.
went to this day and we found somebody. We all found somebody. Yep. and we don't give them their heart, or they giving us theirs. And really, both of the situations matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because when it comes down to it, hold on one second. When it comes down to it, you have to guard somebody's heart, because what God positioned in your hand, if we're lucky to find that person and God positions it in our hand, we have to do right by it. And we position in ourselves
Mm-hmm.
in somebody, we want them to do right by us. So, what's your opinion on
Right.
that?
I agree.
You
You
so
know,
cute,
I
Nicole. You
agree.
agree?
I do. Like people be married and they so mean to each other, and I'm like,
Right.
maybe this isn't the person for you. If you're mean to I don't want to be in a mean. Like I don't want to have to guard my heart from
Mm-mm.
my person that I love.
Right.
Mhm.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Yeah.
I want
If
to
I
be
gotta guard
Yeah,
my heart, I might as well keep dating myself.
right. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
the utmost vulnerable, the most vulnerable I could be with my mate.
uh-huh.
Right.
I
Right.
want to
Right.
be to where I'm just, if at any given point in life I needed to depend on you completely, and I just want to feel comfortable with being able to do so.
Right.
And vice
Mm-hmm.
versa. And him
Right.
on me.
Yeah.
Right. And
Hmm
I want to be able to trust you with my most inner feelings, emotions. I want to be able to tell you things that I can't tell anyone else, and know that you would not use that against me.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
trust I need with you.
Yes.
'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of women say, "Well, you can't tell me anything." But if he's the one, he has my heart, and I have his. I should be able to trust you with whatever I tell you, and
Mhm.
knowing that you will be there
Mm-hmm.
to support me. Just hold my. Sometimes just hold my hand, or just tell me, "Baby, it's okay."
Well,
You
maybe not
know,
everything. No, I'm just playing.
you you just stay married. Just stay married. You'll find out if that man loves you. You can
No,
tell
for
him
real.
anything.
Yeah, I'm just
You
kidding.
know.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just making a little
Yeah, I
jokey joke.
know. I know. I wish I had. But anyway, but no, that's what I want. Even if we're not married, I want that for someone,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
could be there for him. He
I
could tell me
do.
anything, and I won't judge him. Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna just because I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you something. Now, it was a time before I was emotionally mature. Okay, before I became emotionally mature,
Right.
there
Okay.
was a time where everything was about one-upmanship. Well, you ain't gonna say this about, but then I realized that a lot of times. No, I realized that one time I did that, and it was this guy who was really good to me, and he turned around. He said, "Baby, I'm not your enemy. Why are you talking to me
Yeah.
like this? Why are you acting like
Mm.
this?" Girl, that
Right.
convicted my damn soul so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was still
Yeah.
like,
hmm
I was like swell up, and I had to come on down. Like, he is right. And then, um, I had to come on down from that, and I had to
Right.
understand and say he's right. He's not my enemy, but it was just like, I had that thing. I'm gonna get you before you get me. You know what I mean? But when I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
I loved
Mm-hmm.
this man though. I loved it him.
Yeah.
All right. So if I
Mm-hmm.
loved it him, why am I treating this dude like this? You know what I mean? But I loved it that man.
Right.
Little chocolate drop. May his soul rest in peace. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, R.I.P.
yeah, but I loved it him. But yeah, so oh, there's another congratulations to you ladies right here from Michelle.
Thank you.
I think Latoya was telling you, Sandra, that she feels you won the 10,000% when you were talking.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shay said 100, 100.
All
Okay,
right. All right.
and
Mm-hmm.
we said, amen. Focus on yourself. That seems one thing. It seemed to be an overlying thing is focus on ourselves. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so if you give your heart to somebody and everything, I can't speak on what men are looking for in a woman because I'm not a man, and we don't have any in this
Right.
panel. And I wish we did, but we don't. But I know that
You
I
want
just
one?
want somebody.
You want one,
Hmm.
Kim? You want one?
Oh yeah,
my husband nearby. Hold on.
You got one?
Oh snap! It's about to
Now
get
you know I got
good.
my husband. He stay close to me. Listen here, I'm telling you,
Good.
this the thing that makes our marriage work perfectly. Like we both love each other, but we like to be.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is OCD, and I'm not. So we have to
Okay.
have separate rooms, and that works for us.
I ain't mad at
And
that.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It works for us. Baby cakes. They need a man on the panel. Always. Okay, there you go, King.
Okay, so we've been talking about dating and everything, but I can't talk about what men are looking for when they look for a companion or a wife. And the reason why I say that is because not everybody will necessarily want to get married, but they might be want to be in a committed relationship. So, what do men
Right.
look for? Because that's what we always talk about. We know what we want. We always talk about what we looking for in a man. I want to know your opinion.
That's pretty easy. All guys want is loyalty.
Mm.
That's
Hmm.
it. Loyalty above love.
Okay.
You got to
Okay.
find a woman that
Would
has
you say
decent enough
appreciation
character.
too?
And it's more or less, I got to trust you to be you even in the darkness. Like, even when I'm not around, I know your character. You're not going to do nothing too fuck ugly. You know what I mean? You ain't going to do
Mm.
Yeah.
anything to bring me down in business, in relationships, in
Mm-hmm.
social standing, none of that. Just got to be a decent enough woman to know that she's going to be loyal. Basically, find
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
somebody that been cheated on, like you've been cheated on, and they ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna never cheat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, not really, not really.
What she say?
If you've been burnt by somebody that cheated on you, you're less likely to burn somebody else that way. You're looking for somebody that's
Mm-hmm.
on your level. It's all about loyalty with a guy.
It really is. Because you know what? It's funny though. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I was looking for what a man thinks like, right? But they didn't give me many stuff. Now they gave a whole list for what a woman wants, but they had like men want loyalty, appreciation, and it was one or two other things. And that was y'all let's be short, but our let's be like, whoa.
Right.
That's because the women want the Disney fairy tale, and the man just looking for a cave mate. A cave mate? Yeah,
Yeah,
a
women
cave
have.
mate.
Ah,
A cave mate, somebody we can get on the same level with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A
You want
woman
somebody
want
to
a
I
know.
Christian
get what
woman
he's
to
saying.
come down in a jet
Yeah.
in a unicorn and
Yeah.
gold
Yeah. Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah. I
It's
agree with him
ridiculous.
on that. I do, and that's what I can speak for women, from some women on my age. We're not looking for that knight in shining armor anymore because we know he doesn't
Yeah.
exist. He's no perfect man out there.
Mm-hmm.
We want stability, we want happiness, we want to spend our last few years or whatever, 40 years, another 40 years together in happiness, bliss, whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
nobody. That man does not exist. I'm sorry, ladies, but he's no one on no white horse coming to swoop you up and
Mm-hmm.
like that. He doesn't exist. And all I'm saying is he's
Mm-hmm.
not perfect, but he could be perfect for you. If
And
Yeah.
not
That's
that's
only
what
that,
right.
you're looking for. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what he's saying as far as we fairy tales. There's no fairy tale, baby.
and
You have
then
It
that
some
ain't.
beautiful
women want you to
wedding
have a fairy
and stuff.
tale ahead of time.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want to
It
work with you
doesn't.
to get there.
Right. Right. Yeah, I get what he's saying on that part. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
he's not there. I mean, he doesn't exist.
Thank
And
you, baby.
so, your
Mm-hmm.
husband, that lover,
In
that
my
boyfriend,
opinion,
that man, whoever. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's true. Oh no, but I just want to read some to catch up with some of the comments. In my opinion, say you
Okay.
have to have more than a feeling, which is true. You do have to have more than a feeling just to go forward. Even
Mm-hmm.
though we were talking about that, we want to
Mm-hmm.
feel butterfly. I still want feels and butterflies. I want to feel excited. I want to
Mm-hmm.
feel excited to go home. And and think about my man. And Michelle said that part. And who do we have here next? Latoya said, "Oh, this is me now." Okay. Oh, Dustin. Hi,
Yeah.
Dustin. Dustin says hi. Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Dustin.
Hello.
Dustin.
Uh-huh. And then you got somebody cracking up now. Shay says hi, Dustin. Michelle says hi, Dustin. Let's catch up with
You
some of these.
know, a lot of women
Oh,
have some super high, unrealistic expectations, and they tell
Mhm.
me things, and I'm like, so you
Mhm.
want him to pay all the
Mhm.
bills, get your hair and nails done, you work and keep all of your money,
Mhm.
take care of the, you
Yeah.
want to literally do everything, and I'm just like, well, hey, I hope that works, because I mean, it maybe it might come with some mental abuse and
Uh
some other
huh.
things,
Oh
but
yeah.
mhm.
Yep. Control. Yes. Woo.
Yeah.
controlling,
I
you're
want to
not
work
gonna
with
have
my
your own
partner. I
thoughts and
mean,
things.
Yeah.
yeah, I want us
Yep.
to be partners, and that's what I was saying earlier when I was talking about my old boyfriend. Then I thought about it arguing with him, and when I said I love that man, then I had to realize, Kim, how can you hurt somebody you love? That don't even make sense, do it?
Right.
They don't even sound right. You love this person,
Right.
and then you just cutting up for no reason at all. And so that was me being selfish. I wasn't emotionally mature at that time, but I made it. But
Hmm.
I knew I looked. It opened my eyes though for me to see who I had in front of me and know that I didn't want to screw it up. We ended up breaking up anyway, but
Yeah.
that was because it wasn't me. But anyway, and something like that. But it's just a lot of women out here that has a lot of expectations from a man.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, I understand where some men come from, where like you said, loyalty or just respect, just
Mhm.
kindness, just like we go out here and work, men go out here and work and they carry a lot of things on
Mhm.
their shoulder.
Yes.
And
They
that when
do.
they do, and they don't always
Mhm.
talk about their stress or the things that they go
They
to
don't.
through. And so if you
Right.
are coming home to your wife and she like, you work late, why didn't you do this? Why? And it's just like, can I just come in the house for like 5 minutes and sit
Right.
down?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
poor
Right.
thing.
Let me let me
Well, my
tell
mama
y'all
always
ladies
told
something.
me don't expect something out of a man that you're not willing to do for yourself.
That part.
Right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You ain't
Me
never
and
Yeah.
lied.
me and Major go by this every day.
I can't see
Mhm.
it.
I can't. We can't
Just,
see it, Tina.
it just says treat him how I want to be treated.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
whenever
Mhm.
I feel that urge to be one to him and he feels to be, treat me how you want me to treat you,
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
with
I
respect,
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
consideration, and
Right.
love,
Yes.
Yeah, and kindness
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
too. Just
kindness.
Yeah.
just like Kim said, like I love you. I don't want to be mean to you. I don't
Yeah.
want you to be mean to me.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even
Mm-mm.
know I was being like that.
I'm
I
like,
thought I
let's
was
go get
hot
some
shit, and I really
food.
wasn't. Yeah, I know.
You said, Kim, you thought you was hot shit.
Kim, I just think it's
So
something that we
Sabrina, I want
divorced women go through. I think it's just something, a part of that divorce and then dating thing. I think because I was mean. I know I was mean. I tell you that all the time. I'm working on me because I can be
to. Mm-hmm.
cutthroat. And you're not gonna talk to me. You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna say what you said. What, and you gonna do what? I can do this too. That's what my
Mhm.
mentality was.
Right.
But now at
Yeah,
64,
I
I'm
was
like,
kind of.
I'm not doing all this. I'm gonna just be me. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
just
I
be
will
me
say,
and
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
in my first marriage, that's how I was really nice at first, and then I started being.
Mhm.
I'm like, we match your energy. Then you want to be a
Yep,
jerk, I'm gonna be a jerk.
See,
Period.
exactly.
yes, yes, yes.
Exactly.
And it was a horrible way to live, and I'll
Yeah,
never
It
do it
was,
again.
yeah, it was, it
exactly. I
is.
so agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And the dating pool has
Uh-uh.
piss in it. Sabrina Richards.
That amongst other things.
Amen.
Right? Just don't drink the water.
Yes, it does. Mhm. Okay. So, okay, I see why you can't come on, Latoya. Okay, but we catch you, Latoya. This is not going to be. We're going to do some more subjects too, because there's two other subjects that we want to hit on, and one of the subjects that I want to hit on is dating long distance. Okay, and I feel as okay, and the other thing is that I feel that there is a divide between men and women. I don't know where
Oh
it
my
is,
God,
okay,
yes,
but I want to know what
yes,
we can do to
it is.
bridge that divide. So I want to do two more shows, and I want to talk about that. Um, so
It
Latoya,
would be nice,
so
Kim. It,
I'm a huh?
it
What's
would be
that,
nice,
babe?
Kim, if you can get some men on that last one, last panel. It'd be
I'm gonna
nice to
try
get men.
to.
To get,
I'm gonna try
you
to.
know,
I got a
yeah.
couple of them that I'm going to, those that are really, really have one of them have in my opinion, and her husband bad, and then the other one is I would just want guys that have the same kind of like mentality, like in my opinion, had. They're thinkers. Okay, I just don't want to have
Right,
just anybody
right,
like
right.
you guys may not know this, but me
Yeah,
and
you gotta be
Sandra know like
careful.
Daryl Rollins. Okay, like a Daryl Rollins. I don't want him
Yeah.
over here
Oh
because
God,
you know
no. Oh no, no,
he be
no,
like
no, no,
Oh,
no.
if she
I
got a
think I heard about
Whew.
him.
yeah
I mean, the things that
yeah
he be putting on Facebook, and I'd be like, really?
uh-huh
You don't have anything else to do when you get off work. I mean, oh
uh-huh
God, no, okay, don't get me started. Don't.
right I know. And
Yeah,
Latoya says if
yeah,
you feel
yeah.
like you have
Okay.
to walk on eggshells around this person, it's time to get out. That's how I
Yes.
felt
Oh
about
my
my
God,
ex-husband.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Same,
Hmm.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
same.
Crystal says, good topic, y'all. Shabby says you giving me you Kim, you giving me good advice too. Oh baby, we both giving
Me
each other.
too.
And then hey Tiffany.
Hey,
Yes. And
Hey.
let's see here. Don't forget they want a woman that can cook. Well, they do want a woman that can cook, and I don't mind really cooking either. Well, don't let me lie. Let me
you,
Mm.
sit here and lie.
Well, my husband he
girl,
cook.
you know Dre cook, but I cook every now and
I'm
then. But
done.
Dre
My
be
husband
cooking
he
this
cook.
Yeah.
house.
My husband
Yes.
he cook,
A
but
man can
I
cook.
Yes. Some men,
Amen.
it's not really about the woman cooking anymore because they want to match
Yeah,
that
because
energy. Man, baby,
Yeah.
let me cook for you.
in my opinion, did you say
Hmm.
that your husband cooked?
yes, my
In my
husband can't
opinion.
cook, but I my husband can cook, but I like to cook for him
Mhm.
because I just like to know that.
Okay.
And my
We be
kids they
cooking.
cook,
Okay,
so
that's good. Right.
we
Yeah,
train the
we
kids
take
to cook.
Mhm.
turns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not gonna
mind.
lie, y'all. At 64, I don't like to cook. I've been cooking since I was what 6 years old. I
Mhm.
don't like to cook anymore, and I love for a man to cook for me.
Amen.
That's one of the things. He's like, okay, you want me? You got my heart. You can cook. It's just oh my god. But
I love
I
I
don't
don't
mind.
care
Now
for
I
cooking
can
anymore.
cook.
when
I can cook,
Yeah, yeah,
but I see
yeah.
myself working. I've somehow see myself working for a long time, not full time, but
Right,
just doing something to
right.
keep myself busy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm.
So sometimes I don't feel like coming home and cooking. I am the queen of DoorDash, which I got to stop because them darn DoorDash is high. But
Right.
yeah, so that is the thing. Now
me and Major
maybe
cook, I like
okay.
when we cook together.
Now that's
Okay.
nice too.
Yep.
Now
Yeah,
my husband hate
Or I
nah,
like
he does.
when
He hate
we do
cooking.
one or the other. He
yeah.
cook, I clean. I cook, he clean. I'm good with that.
Right, right. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I
Hmm.
can put the dishes in the dishwasher, no problem at all with
Hmm.
that. But I don't. Like I said, for me, I've been cooking for so long, and
Uh-huh.
I don't want to cook anymore. I just don't want. And popcorn is my go-to. Right.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
popcorn and some wine. I'm good. Oh wow, maybe that's
Yes,
why I'm
indeed.
single still. But anyway,
Ooh,
I hate.
you have to treat
That's
each
just
other
my
with
custom.
respect. Treat each other with
Yeah,
respect for it to work.
right.
Respect and trust. That's right.
Yes, it's so
Hmm.
important. Yeah.
Respect and trust is so very important. Shabby said she was an expert on that one.
And I think grace. Like you gotta give people grace. I tell my daughter all the time, she's in her 20s. So they take everything so personally.
They
And I'm
do,
like,
don't they?
relax. It's okay. Just it's okay. They probably don't mean it the way
Mm-hmm.
that you're receiving it. Think about that person. Are they
Mm-hmm.
really trying to hurt you? Or are you just receiving the information wrong? Give them grace, please.
You
I'm
sound like
Mm-hmm.
my
learning it.
baby daughter.
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
am. I'm getting there too. Yeah.
I'm still like
Yeah.
trying to get to that point
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like you said, you can perceive something in a way that a person doesn't really mean for it to be. So I'm
Hmm.
trying to focus and be like, extend the same thing you would want extended to you, Tina.
Yes, you will get
Mm-hmm.
there. You keep doing it. Like people always tell me, I'm like, you're so nice. How do you get to be so nice? When I was young, I was very mean. And I just didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
be that way anymore. I
You don't
remember
talk like this way.
I was talking to my daughter, or it was her little party, and her friend, she told her friend, she's like, you never call and check on me. You're a fake friend. And he said, well, you never call me either. And she's like, oh, well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. So
Right.
like, everybody has to learn how to
Mm-hmm.
just be patient with each other. Everybody has to remember that
Right.
everybody has life going on, kids, work, people having death in the
Mm-hmm.
family.
Yeah.
It's just,
And you
we
Right.
gotta
can't
be
be so
kind.
self-involved either. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't be so so involved in yourself. You can't see where somebody else is going through certain things.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right.
that's the other thing too. Because there was a time where I was raising Jessica as a divorcee, and I was lonesome, and I really wanted somebody, and I really wanted at that time a relationship, a husband, and then a husband, second one, okay, because
Mhm.
I didn't want to date around because I was raising a daughter, and then you just never know. But anyway, I mean, I
Mhm.
was lamenting over that. I wanted one so bad. I ain't lying. I'm like, oh Lord, did you forsake me? Why can't I have? So I see these other people,
No.
they got a husband. Why I ain't got one? You know what I mean? I'm pretty. I'm smart. I could this, that, and the other. So then I swear, because I'm spiritual. So God said to me, as clear as day, honey, as clear as day, He says, you need to become that in which you seek.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
I was kind of looking at him under-eyed, but I said, oh, okay. That's what can I say? Because I
Mhm.
wasn't ready. In other words, you need to do the work on you before you expect anything from anybody else.
Mhm.
So I've done that work now. I was talking to somebody who was a gentleman, and that he had said something and everything, and I said, I've done the work on myself. I said, you need to do the work on you. Okay, and that'll get you where you need to be.
Mhm.
But nothing can happen until you do the work on your own self.
Mhm.
Michelle says her husband hates her being in the kitchen when he cook. Oh, that is too funny. Why, Michelle? Are you in the way or something? Or is he one of those cooks that just don't want anybody in the kitchen? Some people like
I
that.
mean, I
I'm
like
in the
that.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all need to get on now.
Yeah.
Don't look in no
Yeah.
pots. It's all getting ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's some of that
Yeah.
thing. Now, Latoya says, and that man can clean, please. Oh, well, I wish somebody can
I don't
clean.
know.
So
I don't know
Shay's
about
B's got
that
to be
part.
on this right here.
Oh,
You
I
see it on
am
the but
too, Shay. I am too.
yeah, so when we do this, we got to make sure Shay, I want you to come up if you can. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about that on dating long distance because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going to say this. Okay, let me see. I can say this politically correct. Okay. Well, no, man, I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if, and it's not like I've been around, like I'm around the way girl, but it just don't seem like there's nothing left up in these parts. Okay, so maybe I need to expand. You know what I mean? And that could be meaning the color lines too. I mean, because I'm like
The
status
color
on level.
line.
Come on, I'm
Yep.
not prejudiced. Okay, so that's
Right.
not a
Right.
problem. I can do
Yeah.
that, and but yeah, some got to give because
Yeah.
and I say all that, but I
Mhm.
don't get out as much as I want. I will be now that I'm able to be a little bit more mobile now and things of that sort. And when I do, I'm going to be,
Yeah.
I'm not a bar person or a club person any longer, but you meet people when you're out. So I'm gonna get involved in activities, groups, and things like that, and events. But yeah, I might be doing some long distance dating, but hey, that seemed like that might be a bit hard though. And
Mm.
I'm not known
Yeah.
for patience. So I'm gonna have that'll have be have to something that I have to work on. Oh, cause Michelle be
Yeah.
giving orders to him. That's probably why. Oh, and Michelle said, yeah, you know it. That's why. So what you in there, Michelle, telling him, oh, you need to add some more pepper in there. Oh,
Girl, stay out that kitchen and let that man cook. Shoot. Let him
uh-huh.
do him. And be
Oh, now
when
this
he
is true.
feeds you, appreciate it. What's with that? Okay, I
Let's talk
forgot.
about this comment. This is true because there is no one size fit all. Okay. So
Mhm.
No,
Married
no, it's
Today
not.
is all about creating an atmosphere that works for your
It's,
marriage. Your
right,
Mhm.
marriage. Because it's not no one
right.
size fit all. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm,
And everybody got different
Mhm.
needs, and they come from different backgrounds, have different experience, have different wants, striving for different
mm-hmm,
stuff.
Mhm.
So that is true. You have
mm-hmm,
to create what the atmosphere that works for your marriage. But the
mm,
main the key word there is creating an atmosphere.
Mhm.
atmosphere. Some people just go with status quo and just go along with life. They don't actually try to keep anything or keep the home fire burning. Because see,
Right.
when I get one, I'm gonna be keeping the home fire burning. He gonna be burning rubber trying to get home. Okay, okay.
I know you are,
Right.
Kim. I know you are.
We could
Mm-hmm.
tell,
Oh,
Kim.
oh, you can tell. Yeah, because
We
I
could
wait a
tell.
minute. I've been waiting. I'm been sitting over here. I've been thinking of things, all that. No, I'm just
That's that Scorpio up in you.
Okay.
okay. So this has got to go straight. So, but Latoya said she couldn't do the long distance thing.
Me neither. Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I
you could
I
do a long
think I
distance.
could. If I'm just dating, I
Yeah,
think I could because I just came back from Puerto Rico and my God, those some gorgeous men. Oh my God! And if I wanted to date one, I could date him. I think I could do it now. And so because
You
I'm
think
not
you could
looking
do
for
it?
no
Okay.
marriage, I think I could date people of other cultures out of the
And
country.
you love to travel too, so saying that doesn't bother you at all.
Huh?
Hmm
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said you love to
What you
travel
say?
too.
Yeah, and I go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, for the single women who are not thinking about marriage, travel and go see what you is on the other side of the equator. Girl,
Hmm
man, oh man. And but I've always said this, as black women, we've always been loyal to our men, our black men. But the people, young women too, are telling
hmm
me that there are more gay men or our black men are locked up. So we have a very small pool to
hmm
choose from. So I'm saying, sister, it's nothing wrong with dating someone out of your race. You're
There's nothing
dating them.
wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
Unless if you're thinking about marriage, children, I kind of understand that. But if you're just dating and you want to enjoy life, there's nothing wrong with dating out of your race. Try it.
hmm
You never
I
know.
mean, yeah.
You
I say
know.
date the person that like date where you celebrate it.
hmm Yes, yes, I
Right.
agree. I agree. So you all go to Puerto Rico. Ooh, for not to marry me.
Here
But
you go. Here you
Kim,
go, Michelle. Michelle said,
uh-huh.
"Woo child, Porto."
Yeah, baby. Oh, ooh, and they older ones, younger ones. Yeah,
And
but
Crystal says, "Hell, I scratch your back, then you scratch mine." Okay. Well,
Hmm.
that is so true. I scratch your back, then you scratch mine. It's the truth because
yeah,
it's got to
yeah,
be some
yeah,
reciprocation. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's got
yeah,
to
yeah.
be some reciprocation. And
Right,
as it
right.
relates to it, you got to be able to, reciprocate things.
Yeah.
Because if you don't reciprocate, then somebody gonna be feeling left out. And then, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's gonna be 50-50, 70
Mhm.
30, and the other way around, doesn't matter. But the main
Hmm.
thing is that you guys
Right.
are always, trying to um
Right.
look
And
out
tell
for
your
one
partner,
another.
Bill.
right, and tell your partner
Mhm.
what you want. He can't read your mind,
That
and you
yes.
can't read it. Tell him
No.
what you want, your desires, your what you feel. Let him know because
Hmm
men
Let them
cannot
know.
read our minds. Let him know, baby. Rub my feet. That
hmm
feels good. Play with my hair. I like that.
I look to
Because
the
he
hmm
right.
can't read your mind.
Ooh,
Well,
right
I don't
there.
have no I don't have any problem with that because I feel like this. How he gonna know how to love me if I don't let him know
That's
what I
it.
need or what I
Right.
want?
That's
And
yeah,
that's why
yeah,
I encourage
yeah.
you to communicate. Because I'm gonna love you and take care of you if you don't let me know what works for you and what
Hmm.
doesn't.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
You know.
Communication is
Uh,
so important. Yeah.
yes, Michelle agrees with Crystal. I think we all do. Uh oh.
hmm
In my opinion, says she don't trust long distance relationships. We're gonna get into that on the next week. We're gonna get into that so we can talk
Right.
about that, okay? Because it does
Hmm.
work for some people don't. But I think
There
that
you
that's why
go.
some people don't get into it because they feel like they can't see what people doing. You
Yeah,
know,
that's where that
but
trust
ladies,
comes
it's been
in.
good.
Yes. Yeah.
It does. Well, this has been a good conversation tonight. That's for sure. And I thank everybody who came in on the conversation and was here with us. And we're going to come back next week. So I'm thinking of a date, and perhaps Tuesday is a good date for us to come back on. And let's talk about long distance relationships. As a matter of fact, I want to say this too. On the 29th, what I want to do is a game show on the 29th, because that's the extra day we have in February. It's the end of Black History Month. And I want to do a game night on Black Card Revoked. Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
Thank you. So next week, maybe Tuesday, we can get together and we'll come back together and we'll talk about long distance relationships. And then we'll set up another date to talk about and try to get some guys. And just like in my opinion, if we can get some guys to come on, maybe you can get Major to come on. I've watched Major's Facebook's interactions. He's opinionated, okay? So he got some stuff to say.
Very. I told him I
And
like
your
muted.
man, and huh?
I muted for a minute to tell him, "Hey, babe, why don't you get in the chat and like interact?" Because he's very opinionated. He was just
Hmm.
like, "I'm not focused right now,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
on that
I'll
one
get
that
it next
men
time."
coming together, that would be really good. And
Hmm.
you with Dre, I don't know, because Dre, he is very outgoing too, and he got something to say. So we can start
Right.
there, and if nothing else, oh wait a minute. Now. I want to hear what she said. She said, mine doesn't feel long distance because I'm there half the time. So it's not as bad as it sounds. LOL.
Okay.
Yeah, she
All
beat it.
right.
Okay.
All right.
That's right, girl.
Okay, Shay. Okay.
Okay, Shay. She be there. All righty, ladies. So you all stay right here, and I'm going to run this the outro. I'm going to run that my outro again, and you ladies stay right there. I'll be right back. Okay. Hello, my fabulous viewers. Welcome to Kim Delivers, the ultimate destination for commentary enthusiasts. I am Kimberly, your guide on this exciting journey, delivering you entertaining and informative content. Whether you're here for a dose of laughter, inspiring tips, or just good vibes, you've landed in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button and join our family. So buckle up and let's dive into the world of Kim Delivers together.
That was every time